Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Business Class Podcast. We are very honored today to have one of the brightest minds in the entrepreneurship and the startups ecosystem, not only in Oman, but also in the Gulf, engineer Mahmood al Amri. We are very happy to have you today.
Thank you for having me, Khaled, and it's really a pleasure to meet you here.
Thank you so much. Today we want to talk about a number of things that you have been working on for about a decade now, or maybe a little bit over a decade, going from sustainability and recycling to investment to growth and also to fintech a little bit. But before that, we go way back, but it would be great if you could let our audience know more about you. Business Class Podcast is for the business community, but it's also for youth and other segments of the population who are interested to know about how the ecosystem is evolving. So could you please let us know more about your background?
Thank you, Khaled. So my name is Mahmood al Amri, ex-petroleum engineer. I was a petroleum engineer in petroleum development Oman. Then I established the company Recycling Services 2014. And even before 2014, we had some small businesses which is shut down that time. Then we focused on the sustainability with recycling services, and also a co-founder of Wadi'a, which is a fintech company which focus on crowdfunding and peer-to-peer lending.
And I'm sure as a petroleum the engineering graduate, at the beginning there was a lot of pressure on you to keep your career in petroleum engineering. Did anyone tell you that you were crazy for leaving the lucrative world?
For sure, to move from the oil and gas sector, and we know how much the oil and gas sector contribute to our financials in Oman. So it was really difficult, to convince. But I remember the plan was in place before I get married. And I remember day one of the marriage, I told my wife, the plan, I will resign from BDO after 5 years. But alhamdulillah, it took only 3 years, to resign. So, but from that time, it was like talking to my father, mother, brothers.
Was it an easy decision?
They are really very supportive. I remember, I remember my father is saying, I will try to push, but I don't have money, I don't have cash to support a lot. But with their words, and they are really very supportive to push back. I remember when the first truck that we bought, I bring my brother with me to check it. Okay, what do you think about this one? And from that day we started.
And the recycling truck.
The recycling truck. And when we started, even the facility, those days, I remember my father, he's telling me, Mahmoud, this is not a hotel. It's a home. You cannot leave from early morning, then you come at 1 a.m. very, very late. But always when you want to build something, you have to focus on it. You have to
be willing to sacrifice.
And you have to put so many efforts in that. And normally when you invest, there's a sheet called term sheet.
Yes.
So I believe this term sheet, it has to be with your family, with your wife, and you tell
they are the real investors.
They are the real investors, and you need to tell guys. I believe maybe within this next 2 years, 3 years, there also will be so many sacrifice. These are the goals that I'm trying to reach. So you have to be clear and what you are trying to implement. So I believe with this clarity, either with your family, wife, kids, and you are telling them what you are trying to achieve, that will make your life easier to reach these goals.
Definitely. And we have so many people who always weigh this decision of leaving the comfort of income generation through a 9-to-5 job or to 8 to 2:30 p.m. job, and joining the world of entrepreneurship. For you, what do you think people should consider before making this leap of faith? Because I'm sure it was not an easy decision for you to make this jump to the world of entrepreneurship. What do you other than the support of the family and friends, what else they should think about before? For example, considering not pursuing a job and opening a small business or a startup?
Actually, I believe staying in a job is not something wrong. So it depends to the goals for each one, what they are trying to reach in their life. So if I'm consider that I want to be in a job and I want to build up my career, maybe to reach to a certain position, which is fine, and it's not wrong. And some people know they want to do something else, يعني, which is, to establish a business. Yeah, we can say that a job from 8 to 5, but entrepreneurship is like not only 24/7, يعني, it's more than that.
Yes.
يعني, sometimes يعني, you have to deal with the market. The market sometimes is fluctuating.
Buyers, suppliers.
Yes, يعني, and also you will be responsible of the team that working with you. So you have to see that you are like several families in one office. Instead of only, dealing with yourself. Okay, I have to deliver from 8 to 5, or also I have these families that working with me, and they have to make sure that everyone, that's their mentality, their salaries, they are getting everything is on time. So it depends to the goals that you want to achieve. So from myself, and it was planned. Okay, I said, okay, let's take the experience from the well engineering.
Yes.
Let's learn. Let's see how the organizations goes. Then we took
and
the
there
step.
was a connection between well engineering. There were some principles maybe that helped you in the...
Actually, BDO for me it's like a business school. يعني, there are so many things you learn, because once you join BDO, you will go with the training program.
Yes.
So in that training program, you will learn so many things, and you will interact with different people there. So as a well engineer, you will because it was in the field, I always see the trash and the waste which is generated from the operations side, and it was like, there's like an attraction to have it and to implement it. And subhanallah, يعني, from I remember there was like I was in a visit in Germany. My brother was taking the water bottles.
Yes.
He told me, Mahmoud, please help me to take the water bottles to the hypermarket. I told him, are you crazy? Why you are taking these water bottles? He told me, no, let's help me. So we went to the hypermarket. Then we reached to a machine. It's called the reverse vending machine. And we put these water bottles inside this machine. Then I was shocked that it got us, I think, around €3.
Yes.
I said, how come يعني, a trash becomes a cash?
Yes.
And that's really shocked my head. يعني. I said, that's mean يعني, in Oman, there are so many wastes that also we can convert it from a trash into cash. So we started to have this idea, okay, how with my partner, how we can implement this. Is it visible or not? Then we start, planning the visibility study, and the journey starts from I believe from that time. And BDO was one of the good things, to structure things. يعني how, to because in our job we have to do like a reporting for every 30 minutes.
Yes.
يعني, for what has happened with the past 24 hours, and what we are expecting the next 6 hours will happen to that rig.
Yes.
So that teach us يعني, how to be
monitoring
the progress, which is really very important, and the commitment that you have to do.
And you transfer these skills to recycling.
Exactly. So that's transferred to the journey of recycling.
So it all started from €3 from trash to cash.
Exactly.
And also what you learned from well engineering.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And the journey of recycling services has been very interesting. I remember we met in around 2019, 2020, around COVID, and we were even considering the idea of merging recycling and sustainability with construction technology. And from then, the journey of recycling services grew. And so tell us, where is recycling services today?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Recycling services, we are having operation here in Oman. We are, I think, the only company who is managing the waste in oil field with a contract with the Occidental. We are managing 3 fields in Oxy. So all that waste which is coming from the oil field, we are segregating and processing and recycling that waste. Recycling services here in Oman, we are dealing with several types of waste, hazardous and non-hazardous waste, like paper, plastic, metal, wood, oil. So even food waste, yani different types of waste that we are dealing. Plus, we are doing the waste management, which is, we collect the waste from, for example, from the hypermarket, but instead of taking it to the landfill, we bring it to our facility and we do the segregation. Alhamdulillah, we have expanded to Saudi. We have done jobs actually in Jordan, in Kuwait, Qatar, In Saudi, we have built one of the state-of-art facilities, which recycle the plastic waste. So we convert the plastic waste into the raw materials, so then we can utilize it as a product in construction sector and also in agriculture sector.
This is very interesting because if I remember the beginnings of recycling services, it was almost as not a market where there is a lot of growth. It was almost a red ocean. How were you able to turn this red ocean into a blue ocean where there are opportunities for growth, contracts with major energy companies? What do you think is if there were 2 or 3 critical success factors that turned the story for recycling services?
I think there are maybe two major things. First of all is the willing, that the willingness that to implement this. The second thing is who are around you, the team.
Yes.
So if you have the right people around you, then it's a very piece of cake, to reach to these goals. So I believe I have best of the team members that we have in recycling services, who are dedicated, who start from scratch, knowing nothing about the sector, and then within the training and also with the interaction with the suppliers, clients,
yes,
they bring a very very niche solutions to have it. I remember that one of the hypermarkets, they were doing around 92 trips per month, and alhamdulillah, with the support of the team, we could manage to reduce this number of the trips from 92 to only 12 trips per month, which this give you a very huge difference in terms of the carbon emissions, in terms of the logistic cost.
Yes.
You can imagine how much you reduce it. So every time I believe the most important thing is the team. So if you have the right people around you, you can reach to so many success milestones.
Recycling has not always been this cool as it is right now. A circular economy related to decarbonization and reducing emissions, and also improving the environmental indicators. But in the beginning, a few years ago, especially when you started, it was not a very attractive field. And there is a stereotype about the workforce here in Oman that maybe this is not an attractive field for Omanis in general, and especially for engineering graduates like you and your brother and your team. Is this true? Is this is the Omani workforce in the recycling sector, can they be successful? Is this your experience?
I believe yes. Sometimes you will have some of these challenges maybe from the society. I remember one of the team members, it was very difficult to him to get married because he's working in the recycling sector, because people, they will say, waste, working with trash, what is this? So but I believe now with the Oman 2040 vision, with the goals that it's implemented towards the environment, and how we want to contribute to the environment, to the society. Actually every person in Oman, the average of waste that we are producing is around 1.25 kg per day. So the trash, the waste is there always. Every person is producing this. And if we check the factories, also there are certain waste. So we have this like an opportunity, for us. The market needs this kind of companies, to
total, what's the waste that we produce per day in Oman?
Actually in Oman around 4,500 tons. 4,500 tons per day, which goes to the landfills.
Which could be an economic opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Approximately we have 50% of it is like food waste, and 23% about the plastic waste. So you can imagine, if you take around 23% out of these 4,500 tons per day, and how much the opportunities that you can generate, how much the employment that you can generate through these opportunities, how much when you start manufacturing this waste, you will export, and how you will benefit the country here, especially with Oman has so many FTA agreements, which we can utilize. So it's, I believe the waste is like it's an industry that I believe here in Oman we have so many opportunities into it.
And it's very clear that you emphasize a lot on the importance of team in the success of any project. What really is making you this proud of the different teams that you are working with, whether here, or if you can share with us some of the the success stories of the team that you're working with?
والله يعني the team يعني see actually the criteria for the team I believe يعني one most important thing is about the honesty.
Yes.
So and telling the truth يعني once you find يعني this category in one of the team members, that is means that one of the best things, because you know learning that the technicalities is very easy, but to make sure that they have this يعني
the right work ethic,
the values, which is the most important thing, which is starting, you know, I believe from the hiring process.
Yes.
So when you, for example, with us, when we want to hire either for recycling or Wadi'a, the fintech company, always we check يعني when we will receive the applicants, we will see how it's not about how much يعني grade they got.
Yes.
Even if they got like 100%, it's not important. The most important thing, how they have utilized their time.
Wow.
Have they contributed to the society? Have they done any voluntary job?
Yes.
Have they joined any societies in the college or the university itself?
So these are the indicators.
Yes. So because anyone who's have worked very hard, you know, to join these societies or done any voluntary work, that means that he has the communication skills. That means he can manage his time.
Yes.
So through interaction with these societies, interaction with these, you know, as a voluntary, that give us a very good indication. Yes. Second point is about the values. Does this employee has these values or not? Then it will be very easy to merge them with the culture of the company.
Yes.
Then it's very easy not to go with the steps. I remember one team member, he started as a junior in the R&D department until he became, you know, the country manager. Now he moved to a very big company. So like this we become happy. You know, you can start from this point, but you can improve yourself to reach to a certain point.
Amazing. And I remember that around maybe 5 years ago, or 4 to 5 years ago, you made a very interesting decision, and that you decided to explore growth opportunities outside Oman. Tell us what led you to that decision.
Actually, even that decision, it came again to the team. I remember the team that time. We discussed about the vision of Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi, Bahrain, even some countries in Africa, and we see their vision where these countries where they want to reach in the environment sector.
Yes.
And it was like a debate: shall we expand to Africa or shall we expand to the KSA, to the Saudi market? And there was only one video which shocked us, that in one of the landfills in Saudi, the waste coming to that landfill, it was 16,000 tons per day.
Per day. Wow.
So you can imagine.
4 times the
it was 4 times Oman market. And Oman, you can see from Salalah to Sandab, it's a very long space. And here, for example, in Muscat, we have around 2,000 tons of waste goes to the landfill. So that, okay, so I was really shocked when we saw this in Saudi. Then I flew directly. I remember we saw this, maybe it was like afternoon time. So around 7 p.m. I was in the flight to Riyadh. And next day I visited that landfill. It was really something really great, you know, to see all these quantities, the opportunities. So I started then going to Saudi. Even one of the team members were with me. And we were visiting, Jeddah, Riyadh, Dammam. These like 3 countries in one country. It has its own structure. Jeddah, Riyadh has its own structure.
And the distance is huge as well.
Distance is huge between these places. Until we figure out, we said, we will start in Dammam. And the reason was, Dammam Sharqiyya, which is around 6.5 million people, which is near to Oman, population. Plus, it's near to UAE, Qatar, Kuwait. So very easy, to the logistics to these countries that you can export. Plus, also it has a port. A seaport that it has it. So Dammam was the perfect place to start the facility. And alhamdulillah, with our partners, we could start there. And now we have an operating facility in Dammam.
And the growth you described at the very beginning. That's really, really amazing.
Exactly.
And you moved the family there as well.
Yeah, my family, my wife, my kids, we stayed there. And my kids were there in the schools in Saudi. And it's really very nice place to live in.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And please make the connection for us between, succeeding in the recycling services and handing over the operations to the team and to Wadia.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Actually, when once we finish يعني, the establishment of that facility, now we have one of the team members. He's running the facility there. Then we invested in a company called Wadia, which is يعني specialized in crowdfunding and peer-to-peer lending. ويعني subhanallah, I remember when I was in Saudi, I was always sitting with some angel investors who are investing in fintech in Saudi since 2015.
Yes.
And they have seen يعني a very huge growth that happened to the fintech sector in Saudi. So Oman also يعني I saw that the gap that we have to have like this, to support the small and medium companies. يعني one of the gaps here in Oman, maybe the financing.
Yes.
To the companies how they can get this financing. So alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, يعني invested in Wadia, and we have also a really great team.
Yes.
We have finance companies here in Oman. We have finance companies in Singapore, يعني even يعني inside Oman and abroad, and we are continuing this journey.
How many startups do you have for example, in the portfolio of Wadia so far?
See, actually, what we are doing is like a debt crowdfunding.
Yes.
So the companies, we will finance them for like it depends from 3 months to 18 months, and we are focusing to companies who want the fund from 3 to 8 months. So we do like a bill discounting, and if the company applies on Sunday, normally they will get the fund on Thursday if they pass the due diligence.
Yes.
Because we check the Malaa report of the company, we check Malaa report of the owners of the company, we check their financials, we check their bank statements. Then overall we will set the criteria of the risk of this company, and then we can give the financing. So to give a brief about the crowdfunding, actually it's like we are connecting two things. We are connecting the investors. Investors, I mean someone who has like a 50 Oman Riyal only.
Yes.
A very small amount, which they represent the crowd. So many people who have, for example, 50 Oman Riyal, maybe 100 Oman Riyal, a minimum 50 Oman Riyal. And from other side, we have the small companies who are looking for fund. Why they are looking for fund? Maybe they, for example, let's see now and before Ramadan, there were so many companies they want to bring, for example, food so they can distribute it during Ramadan. So these companies, they want to increase their inventory. They want to purchase some items. So it's very difficult, to get the cash innocently. So these companies, they will apply to Wadia, and they will say, for example, we need 50K Oman Riyal, and we will ask for their documents that is required to do the due diligence, and this all automated through the Fintech platform, which represented Wadia. Once this approved, it will come to the platform, and very easy the crowd, all these 100 people, they will see this opportunity, and one person will put, for example, 50 Oman Riyal, other person maybe will put 1,000 Oman Riyal, and within minutes we could collect this 50K and we give it to the entrepreneur. Then he can increase his sales, and then he do the payback, and we continue this cycle. So
how is the crowdfunding culture in the Gulf in general, or in Oman in particular? Is it being adopted?
Actually, I believe the license came like end of 2022, so beginning of 2023, from FSA, Financial Services Authority. So from that time, we started the implementation. Actually, to build the platform itself, you need to have like several tested security, and this, then you can do this. Your policies, it has to be in place, your team. So we have done this, alhamdulillah. And then the culture of crowdfunding is something new to the market. Normally when someone he wants to get a loan, he will go to a financing company, or maybe will go to the bank. But maybe the challenge currently is about the timing. Sometimes the banks maybe will take very long time, which may lead to lose an opportunity with that small company. So here the solution actually the crowdfunding brings, which is the timing, which is a very fast to get the loan. Now the small medium companies still they don't have يعني the right awareness about the crowdfunding, which is يعني because it's something new, but we are seeing the growth. يعني it's from day to day growth from the companies and also the investors who are willing to يعني get يعني returns out of this money. So now, because I believe previously someone, if he want to enter to the real estate market, he has to buy, for example, an apartment.
Yes.
And the minimum price of an apartment maybe in Ma'bela with 20k. So not everyone has a 20k. But today, if you want to invest in real estate, it will be possible through a crowdfunding platform. So we can bring an opportunity with the real estate. Maybe they will ask, for example, with 100k. So one person with the 50 Oman Riyal, he can join and become an investor in real estate. And you can they can diversify their portfolio. He can put something a little bit in real estate, or he can put in manufacturing or in technology sector. You can يعني have this diversification in different sectors.
Amazing, and it's been really quite an interesting journey for you. And I remember in the conversation you said that this diversity of microfinancing is very important for the growth of the ecosystem. And even, for example, in some countries such as Saudi Arabia, there are dedicated funds. So dedicated funds for sustainability, dedicated funds for culture, dedicated funds for startups, for example. What else do you think the ecosystem needs to grow and thrive? And the reason I'm asking this, because sometimes there is an opinion in the society in general that there are no opportunities, that the private sector is not growing, does not have the right growth rates. Do you share this opinion, or do you think there are opportunities and we can create diverse financing opportunities, and we have what it takes to have a healthy growth market?
I believe there are really huge opportunities. Huge opportunities that we have. It's about how to tackle these opportunities and how you see the market from which point of view. Let's see. For example, when we move, for example, to Saudi, why we move to Saudi? Because there is a gap in the market. Yes. And also here in Oman, there are so many things. When I mean opportunity, that means there is a gap. So the question is, do we have a gap in any sector in Oman? I believe the answer is yes. Do we have a gap in, for example, in the tourism sector? If yes, that means there is an opportunity there. So it's about how to see the opportunity and how to bring the right team around you to tackle that opportunity and get return out of it. So we have in Oman, you can see, we have, I'm a fan of Al Jabal Akhdar, for example.
Yes.
Okay, I'm always, almost every week.
Even though you're from Al Qabil.
Even though you're from Al Qabil, but every time I go to Al Jabal Akhdar. And by the way, actually, we are managing all the hotels in Al Jabal Akhdar. But you can see, for example, the temperature in Al Qabil, maybe like 40 Celsius. In Al Jabal Akhdar, maybe it will be like 23. So you can imagine how, for example, if you talk about the tourism sector, what are the opportunities that can be there and what we can do. Bidiyah, for example, that golden sands, what we can do there. In Jabal Akhdar, when I say that cold weather, even in summer, mid of summer here, you go in Jabal Akhdar, it's a very, very nice. So that means that we have so many opportunities that we can implement. Even if we talk about the manufacturing. Today, Oman, we are importing so many goods, right? So many goods that it's imported. That means also we have an opportunity to manufacture
in country value or local content development.
Especially today, the OIA, they have introduced qimam, the in country value, which is supporting the SMEs. So it's about what is your view, how you are looking to things. Are you looking to it as negatively or you are looking at it positively? So this will determine if we have if we have opportunities or not. For me, I believe no, there is so many huge opportunities in Oman in different sectors. It's about how to see this opportunity, how to tackle it, how to bring around you the right team to have that opportunity.
This is really has been eye-opening. One last question. What did you miss when you were pursuing growth and scaling up outside Oman, on a personal level, on a professional level? what did you miss that it exists and we have it here in Oman, but you didn't see it in the other markets where you have grown to?
يعني as a personal level I believe my mom يعني it was that is the but actually يعني I believe today يعني the whole earth is يعني like one place.
Yes.
يعني very easy to move from one point to another point. يعني from Oman to Dammam it will take around 1 hour and 20-minute flight. So يعني it's not far that much. If you go to Jeddah it's same thing, maybe like 2 hours. So as a personal level, I think my mom it was يعني because always يعني you want to see
Yes.
your family sometimes in their happiness or sometimes in sadness you want to be there. In professional level, I believe it's supported a lot. يعني I didn't think that I have missed anything because it will give you like a expansion in your network. You will get introduced to several people in several sectors. يعني especially when we have يعني you will do it maybe like once. يعني maybe you will expand to one country, then you will transfer this knowledge maybe to the team, and the team we can lead this. يعني when we have jobs in Jordan, I didn't go myself there. One of the team members goes to there in Jordan and has done the jobs, and then you become proud. That when the team they can do this and they can lead.
Yes.
So that is the good thing when you interact with the different people from different nationalities and in different sectors will give you an eye to the opportunities. Because coming back to Wadi, actually it was not in my thoughts. Always on my thought it was about trash, how we can recycle.
Yes.
All 10 years continuously focused in one issue, which is about the sustainability.
Yes.
But with this expansion you can interact with several people and it will give you an eye to other markets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. And if there was one last message you want to share with the community and with the audience, what would it be?
I believe I think it will be always let's focus in our values. I believe the value is something very important. It's not like it's not words that we write in our walls. So when we say honesty, that means honesty we have to represent the values. You as a leader in a small company, you have to present your values. You become these values like working in the office, not only words that you are talking about it. And let's be positive. There are so many opportunities in the market which we can attract.
Thank you so much, Engineer Mahmood al Amri. It's been wonderful having you on Business Class podcast. And I hope our audience will also enjoy this conversation as much as I did. And thank you so much for being such a graceful guest.
Really appreciate it. Thank you, Khalid. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.